Things first, the sage should take time after, hopefully, he's written a full and well thought out adventure. Be prepared for your players to derail that. The sage should set aside the Well of Fate. Now, in the Well of Fate, we have a certain amount of chips. This formula is based off a number of players, as well as role-playing performance. This is a starting Well of Fate, because my players have not yet gotten to the point where we have been able to add an additional chip to the pot from our performance, and also our attempts to attract a fifth player have not been successful as of yet. You start with the lowest degree of success, the success test. There are 40 of these chips in your Well of Fate. Now you'll hear me use the term drama point or chip interchangeably. Drama points are what we call it whenever a player spends a chip to influence something in the game world, usually to affect their AV or to avoid some unfortunate circumstance by automatically passing a test. The main rule you need to remember about spending fate points is fate points is another word for them. This is the result of several systems I've played in the past, all kind of amalgamating together. The main advantage to this is that when you spend this chip, if you do it before the roll is done, you can guarantee that degree of success. So if I want a heroic success and I have a heroic chip, I spend it before the test is rolled, everything's honky-dory. Certain game rolls do not allow you to get that automatic success, such as attack rolls and damage rolls, but on those you get an AV bonus and then you take your roll. Regardless of how you've done it, if you fail the roll and you still want to pass, you can spend double the amount of drama needed to make a pass on the check at that base success level. Or in the case of needing a certain minimum DOS to make a check, such as you have to have a heroic to resist this mind effect, two heroics after the test has failed will give you what you need to pass the test at the base DOS level. Now, excuse me. Some advantages also require the expenditure of DOS. In my group right now, the main time this is being used is when our barbarian is using his Grim Visage. Grim Visage is a special ability, requires him to throw that into the pot, and then he gets to roll to see if his ability works. Once you've decided what you're going to do, you've got 40 base success chips, 10 base heroic success chips, 5 base dramatic success chips, 2 legendary success chips, and the highest one in the pot, 1 epic. As the players increase their performance and earn more tails, they earn certain experience rewards. And when they get to a certain part on the formula for the number of players and the type of adventure, which will vary from game world to game world, in some game worlds it's harder than others, they get to add another one of these bad boys into the pot. Some systems will have them do legendaries first, or heroics, or some variation thereof. But in Sellswords, because Sellswords is a high action environment, we tend to add the bigger chips. Now, this part of the system is still in development at the time of this video, and we're still trying to figure out a formula we're happy with that doesn't make it too powerful, but at the same time doesn't make it too sad for the players and feel like they're not getting anything. Sorry, I meant to say bad for the players and feel like they're not getting anything for their efforts. Currently, my players have earned, of their 4 adventures, 3 star ratings, the highest rating, and 1 plus, which is the average rating for coming out ahead in the adventure. I had already resolved that when they got to 5 stars, that's when they would have their first ability to add a chip to the Well of Fate. And we'll see how that goes. When the game starts, each player draws 3 blindly. Let's say for this scenario we have 2 players. So the first player's got 2 basic has got 1 heroic success and 2 basic success chips. The second one's got a basic success, a heroic, and a legendary, which he is going to hang on to. The sage draws 4 chips, and then 1 for each additional person over 4. And that's to keep things balanced. In this particular case, we'll just throw that one back in. In this particular case, the sage drew 2 heroics and 2 basic. And we'll get into how those are spent and why those are important in a later scenario. As we're going through this series of learning videos, we're going to actually show you step by step how a scenario is run and the rules that take place in it as we're going through it.